Hi there, my name is Matt Cole.
And I'm Brian Garrity.
And we are the producers of the Sexperts podcast, and we have a very special returning champion coming to you all the way from her attic. It's Audrey Henson.
Is this where I introduce myself? Hello.
You can say whatever you want to. What would you like to say?
I would like to say that was an accurate description of where I am and who I am.
Nailed it.
Okay, two things. One, you are the probably fastest returning champion. We wanted to have you back on the show so soon because we wanted to do like a little before and after. So like at the start of the pandemic and now how you've changed since the pandemic 3 months
That was exactly the thought that went into this.
That was the thought. It wasn't just an ad I saw on Push where Brian was like, hey, we're desperate. Anybody? And then I was like, I know desperation so well. That should be me.
Well, and this is a podcast so people can't see you, but you look great. You look tanner. I look whiter and like dumber.
You say that with some surprise in your voice.
Yeah, I haven't really been outside much
in the past, but don't make it like it's a pandemic thing.
Yeah, in the past 20 years or so, but still.
Yeah, I would say you've remained unchanged since I've met you, Matt. So I don't know where the surprise is or what's. Yeah.
The only time you went outside in the past was to run at night, where your legs were so bright that cars wouldn't stand any chance of running into you.
All right. So I do want to quickly say that I finally gave in and I bought Brian a whole new podcast setup. And
don't act like you bought me. We bought us.
Brian, you look like you're
just because you don't give me any of the goddamn money doesn't mean it's yours.
This is your money, Brian.
I know, you forget that shit.
Yeah, Brian, you look like you have a new rig going on and stuff. Like you look way more professional. Not that you've never looked professional, but you look very professional right now.
Yeah, I look so good at podcasting that you would think I don't have any friends.
Yeah, it looks like your social life is dedicated to this podcast, and it shows, and I'm loving every second of it.
I got this weird mix of a tan plus great podcast equipment. Most people can only pull one or the other off.
Yeah, I'm obviously the great podcasting equipment. All right, one last thing for Brian. I agree, you look good. In fact, you're at the table I thought you would always sit at when you're podcasting, but you always chose to sit at a little TV tray whenever you did like live streams.
But do you want to know the backstory of that?
Yeah.
There is no privacy in this room that I'm in right now.
That's great, though.
No.
Yeah, it is. You get your kids walking by, bring them in the show.
You want a surly 17-year-old to walk in and go, fuck you, Dad, in the middle of a podcast?
That's the only reason I listen to this podcast. Is I'm waiting for that moment. So
where's my cigarettes, Dad?
All right, Audrey, we're back to you now. I'm done with Brian. What you drinking there?
Thank God.
That looks like a big cup. That looks like a chalice.
It is. It's just a normal pour of wine. At least that's the quarantine pour.
It's a lady who lunches normal pour of wine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a real problem at bars coming up, so it's fine.
The bar? You're taking the bar exam?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? What did you say?
No, I said I'm gonna have a problem with bars because I pour a heavier glass of wine. This is not about my alcoholism. Let's talk about your guys' alcoholism.
Well, I got a cherry Coke Zero. I've been sober for 10 years. I think it said sober.
I just finished a glass of water and I didn't pour another one because I didn't want to have to pee mid-show.
God. All right, let's get back to you, Audrey. I don't think we've talked a single thing. What have you been up to since 2 months ago?
In the past 3 weeks.
What have I been up to? Oh my God. Well, still in the attic. Loving it.
That's cool.
It's done great for me. Seriously, not a lot.
Okay.
I've been hanging, like I kind of go out to the beach. Like Brian and I went to the beach twice with a group of friends. We were not unaccompanied, if that has to be specified.
Okay.
Wait, what?
And no, not a lot. We've just been hanging out. Not we, just like we, the royal we.
I wrote her there on my handlebars.
That's what I thought.
But yeah, I guess probably the same that you guys have up to, which is like unchanged mostly.
Yeah, we've still been doing shows and stuff. Hey, we want to get you into a show pretty soon. Because you're a funny person. You done any funny stuff recently, writing, etc.?
No, but my life has been a joke, more or less.
Oh,
No, I
wait.
haven't done. No, I don't know. I know stand-up wise, people have been doing some like Zoom shows and stuff, but I have a hard time imagining how improv works on Zoom. And I haven't done improv since.
You don't even have to imagine. You can just tune in every Friday night at 8 or 10 to the Improv live stream.
Yeah.
And it'll be right there in your face.
Here's another surprise for you. Thank you so much for answering our beck and call. And we're also going to plug our stuff while we're interviewing you. Oh, you don't have anything going on? Oh, well, we have stuff going on.
We'll have to try to get you into one of the following shows that we're producing.
I tell you what, though, and I am plugging in our own show, but I am saying that if the show comes around again, I think you'd be perfect for it. Have you heard?
Of course.
Have you heard about our show we're putting on this Friday at 8 p.m. on Facebook.com/earprov? Or not / It's a slash. God damn it. Facebook.com/earprov/live. It's called Real Funny, a shtick-free, gimmick-free comedy live stream. Have you heard of that, Audrey?
I haven't heard of that. Would you tell me more about that, Matt Cole?
I'll let Brian take it away. It was his brainchild, and I think a stroke of genius.
So we're taking our lead from a show in LA called Uncabaret, where it's like a show where people are encouraged not to do their act. So we recruited local artists of all stripes, including poets, writers, comedians, actors, painters even, and are giving them 5 minutes to do anything they want to do that's not what they normally do and is comedic in nature. So it should be a really cool experimental show. Unlike some of our Zoom shows, there probably won't be a lot of people talking over top of each other. And to top it all off, we're taking a break this week from raising money for Push, and we're going to raise money for our friend Kemi, who is one of the performers. Her project called Blooming While Black, which is a project she created that's seeking to educate, promote, and encourage communities of color to garden for health reasons, self-sufficiency reasons, and many, many, many other reasons. So we're excited about that. We're excited to have Kemi on the show. We got a killer lineup. It's posted on the Earprov site. We're going to be sending out more information about some of our performers this week. And I'm as excited for this one as I've been for any of the ones that we've done. And we've done some pretty good shows in the past couple months.
Damn, Brian, you're getting good at that plug and advertising shit, man.
Yeah, I feel like you could have been reading that off of cue cards, but I know you weren't. And so I'm very impressed. That sounds like a cool show. No, sincerely.
Thank you. And it helped that I had just posted a promotion of the show, so it was all fresh in my head.
Yeah, he came up with it while on vacation, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. Although he originally wanted to call it Stand Down, and I was like, it sounds a little too militaristic, but that was the original idea, which I fell in love with. Like, it's kind of the opposite of stand-up. It's kind of why I don't really like a whole lot of stand-up, which I'm gonna transition back to you with that. No,
speaking of stand-up we don't like.
That transition, speaking of stand-up I hate, Audrey, all of your jokes could do without. Get it.
No, the opposite of that. It makes me think of it because I don't like stand-up that has like a lot of gimmicks and a lot of like corny and all that sort of stuff. And you're the opposite of that. I think I've seen some of your stand-up online, and I think you're stellar. You're very funny, and you're very original and very authentic. So that's what we're trying to get at on Friday. So I hope you check it out, Audrey, and I hope the audience listening to this checks it out as well.
I love this cross-promotional. Like, I'm here for it. You guys are doing such a good job.
Well, and if we do the show again, unless it sucks and we don't make any money, we want you on the show because I think you'd be very good at that.
You need to run casting decisions for this one by me. But I'd be happy to have her on the show.
Oh God. All right. Well, thank you so much for being back on the Sexperts. I know it's the only place you want to be on a Monday or Tuesday night.
They're the same to me. Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday through Sunday, all the same.
Do you know what day it is?
By the way, can we make it about us again for a second?
Yeah, please. I'm bored.
So Matt, I'm gonna address it to Audrey. So I don't know if you saw, Audrey, that Matt put a promotional image out into the internet for our podcast network, where he listed the logos of all the podcasts and then a 2-word description of each podcast. For the Sexperts, which is like the whole gimmick is we don't talk about sex. We don't talk about anything about sex except for the show title. The 2-word description he put for the podcast was sex comedy.
Well, yeah, but how else are you going to get people in, Brian?
That's
smart marketing, because people say sex podcast, they read that, and then they're like, let me read more. If you say not
And
sex
then they're like,
podcast, no one's gonna
oh my God, thank you for wasting 20 minutes by misleading me.
Yeah,
All
guess what? Welcome to modern day America and the media outlets. Like, it's literally, you get a good caption, and then you get people reposting it before they even read it. So
all right.
I think that's marketing genius.
Yeah.
On Matt's behalf. I'm not mad. I read only the intro, and then that was it.
See?
Jeez, that compliment made him turn 2 shades lighter.
All right.
Which I did not know was possible.
2 things I want to say about that. One, I had that banner up for like a year with the 2-word sex comedy, and Brian just noticed. That's how yeah, exactly. And 2, you nailed it, Audrey, because I love it when people think that the Sexperts is like a real like sex podcast. I think that's kind of a little trollish, but our biggest episode, I don't know if you know this, I think you know Keys Wren. He's been on the show before, and his podcast, or his episode has a title like refractory period, how soon is too soon, and on YouTube it has like 1,500 hits because people think it's actually about like their refractory periods. And I love it, and all the comments are like, yeah, this is a waste of time, this is bullshit, it's not real. Like, oh yes, but it counts as a view.
You had to say the comments in your Keys impression.
No. So what do you think about that,
Audrey? I actually don't answer now. Think about it for 3 weeks. We're gonna have you back on and you can talk about it.
Whenever you guys are desperate for guests. No, I think a bait and switch is how I've that's all of my dating profiles is just bait and switch. And so I not only recommend it, but I endorse it.
Wow.
And that's my opinion on that.
Tubular. Thank you for being back in the show. Always glad to have you, and we look forward to you watching our show on Friday called Real Funny. It's on facebook.com/earprov/live at 8 p.m. And then we'll have, once you learn, you watch what's expected of you, and then probably a month from now we'll do it again.
Oh, and that's when I'll be invited? Is
Yeah.
a month from now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the lineup if we do a second one, the lineup's half done already, and if you're in, it's like 3/4 done.
Yeah.
Right. So it's gonna be 4 people.
And you.
And me.
Alrighty, we're on to the episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.